Have you ever had one of those mornings where you wake up, the sun is shining, the birds are chirping, but your mind is already racing? Maybe you're thinking about a doctor's appointment next week, something your daughter said on the phone, or just trying to remember where you put your reading glasses again. It's like your brain is already halfway through the day before you've even had your first cup of tea. If that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. As we get older, life doesn't exactly slow down the way we thought it might. Sure, some things get quieter, but the thoughts, the worries, sometimes they get louder. And that constant mental chatter can wear you down. It chips away at your peace of mind, your focus, and your sense of calm. And honestly, at this stage of life, you've earned better than that. That's where mindfulness comes in. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to tell you to go sit cross-legged on a mountaintop or chant anything in Sanskrit. Mindfulness doesn't have to be complicated, and it's definitely not just for the young and bendy. In fact, it might be even more powerful after 60, when you have the life experience to really appreciate it. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 simple mindfulness techniques that can help you let go of stress, clear your mind, and feel more present every single day. These aren't trendy gimmicks or quick fixes. They're gentle, grounding habits you can build into your life, even if your knees don't bend like they used to and your schedule's already full. Let's start with something that might surprise you: breathing. I know, you've been breathing your whole life, but how you breathe can make a world of difference. Right now, just take a moment and notice your breath. Are you breathing fast? Shallow? Holding it without realizing? A lot of us do. But when you take slow, deep breaths, something almost magical happens. Your body softens. Your shoulders drop. Your heart rate slows. And your mind, well, it finally gets the memo that it's okay to relax. A simple technique you can try is called the 4-4-4 breath. You breathe in slowly for a count of 4, hold it for 4, and then exhale for 4. Try doing this a few times, especially when you feel anxious or overwhelmed. You can do it while you're sitting on the porch, waiting for the kettle to boil, or even lying in bed before sleep. It's like pressing a reset button for your nervous system. And the best part? You don't need any special equipment. Just your lungs and a little bit of awareness. Now, once you've started to get comfortable with mindful breathing, the next step is learning to notice the moment you're in. I don't mean noticing the big things like birthdays or holidays. I'm talking about the small, quiet details we often miss. The way the light shines through your curtains in the morning. The warmth of the mug in your hand. The sound of wind rustling through the trees. This is called present moment awareness. And it's a powerful way to anchor yourself when your thoughts start to spiral. Because let's face it, our minds love to wander. Sometimes they drag us back to old regrets or fast forward us to future worries. But the truth is, the only moment we can actually live in is the one we're in right now. One simple way to practice this is to choose a daily routine, like brushing your teeth, folding laundry, or watering the plants, and treat it as a mindfulness practice. Pay attention to the sounds, the sensations, even the smells. Feel the rhythm of your breath as you move. If your mind drifts, that's okay. Just gently bring it back to the present, like you're guiding a child home. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to notice. And let me tell you, when you start to really see the ordinary moments of your life, they stop being so ordinary. That cup of tea becomes a little ritual. That walk around the block turns into an exploration. You find joy tucked into corners you didn't even know existed. These first 2 techniques, mindful breathing and present moment awareness, might sound simple, but they hold so much power. You don't have to change your whole lifestyle or sign up for a fancy retreat. You just have to give yourself permission to slow down and pay attention. And the beautiful thing is, mindfulness isn't about fixing yourself or trying to become someone else. It's about showing up for your life, exactly as it is, with all its messiness and beauty. You've already lived through decades of change and challenge. Mindfulness just helps you carry that wisdom a little more lightly. Now that we've explored how breathing and awareness can begin to calm the storm inside, let's look at another practice that's all about connection, not just to the world around you, but to yourself. Because sometimes, the person we forget to listen to most is us. You know, we spend so much of our lives tending to others. Kids, grandkids, partners, even old friends who call us out of the blue just to vent about their latest drama. And while that kind of care is a beautiful thing, it's also easy to get lost in it. We forget to check in with ourselves. We forget to ask, hey, how am I doing today? That's where something called a body scan can be incredibly helpful. Now, don't worry, it's not high-tech or medical. A body scan is just a gentle, mindful practice where you bring your attention to different parts of your body, one at a time. You start at your feet and slowly work your way up, ankles, calves, knees, thighs, and so on, just noticing how each part feels. No judgment. No trying to fix anything. Just becoming aware. Let's say you're lying down in bed, or even sitting in your favorite chair. Close your eyes if you'd like, and take a few deep breaths. Then bring your attention to your feet. Are they warm? Cool? Tense? Relaxed? Then move up to your ankles, and keep going from there. If your mind wanders, which it will, that's perfectly okay. Just notice it, and gently come back. This technique isn't just relaxing, it's like giving your body a little hello after all it's done for you. And at our age, let's be honest, our bodies have been through a lot. Decades of movement, effort, stress, maybe even surgeries or health challenges. But when you tune in, you start to feel a deeper sense of appreciation. You realize, hey, my body is still carrying me through life. That's something. Another powerful mindfulness habit, especially in our later years, is gratitude. And I know, gratitude gets tossed around so often these days it can start to feel like a greeting card cliché. But real, grounded gratitude isn't about forcing yourself to be happy or ignoring the hard stuff. It's about shifting your focus. It's about choosing, even on tough days, to look for something small that still brings you peace. It could be the way your cat curls up next to you in the afternoon. The sound of your favorite song playing while you make lunch. A phone call from an old friend, or even just the comfort of your favorite sweater. When you start to really see these little things, something shifts inside you. You feel more rooted. Less scattered. And surprisingly, you start to notice more good things. It's like your mind starts working with you, instead of against you. Here's something you can try. Every morning, before you even get out of bed, name 3 things you're grateful for. And if mornings are a little stiff or groggy, do it at night instead, as you're settling into sleep. You don't need a journal or a list, just a few quiet thoughts. It could be the smell of coffee, the neighbor's dog greeting you at the gate, or simply, I made it through today. Gratitude doesn't erase stress or pain, but it softens it. It reminds you that there's still beauty, still joy, still connection, even in the smallest moments. And when you start stacking those little sparks of gratitude together, you build something big, a sense of peace that lives inside you, no matter what's happening around you. So now, with mindful breathing calming the mind, present moment awareness helping you reconnect with the here and now, body scans grounding you in your own skin, and gratitude shifting your perspective, you've already begun to create a calmer, more centered space inside yourself. And maybe that's the most important part of all. Not just reducing stress or improving focus, but actually feeling more at home in your life again. You don't need a perfect routine. You don't need to do every technique every day. These are tools you can pick up whenever you need them. Like a gentle hand on your shoulder saying, you're okay. You're doing better than you think. Next, let's talk about a mindfulness practice that doesn't require sitting still or closing your eyes at all. In fact, it's one you can do while moving, walking, or even just doing chores around the house. And for many people, especially after 60, it becomes a favorite way to clear the mind and reconnect with something deeper. Sometimes the best way to quiet the mind is to move the body. But not in a rushed or goal-oriented way. This isn't about counting steps or breaking a sweat. It's about mindful movement, a way of moving with awareness, purpose, and presence. And for many people after 60, it's one of the most enjoyable ways to practice mindfulness without ever having to sit still. Now, this can look different for everyone. For some, it's a gentle walk around the garden, feeling the earth beneath your feet and the breeze on your skin. For others, it might be light stretching in the living room or swaying to music in the kitchen while waiting for the kettle to boil. The key is to pay attention as you move. Feel how your muscles stretch and shift. Notice the rhythm of your steps. Tune into how your body feels, not how it used to feel, but how it feels now. One woman I spoke to told me she started walking without her headphones for the first time in years. At first it felt too quiet, she said. But then I started noticing the birds again. The way the sun hit the leaves. The sound of my own breath. It turned into my favorite part of the day. That's the power of mindful movement. It turns the ordinary into something sacred. And here's the best part, mindful movement can fit into whatever your ability level is. If your mobility is limited, even small movements, stretching your arms, circling your wrists, rolling your shoulders, can become meditative if you bring your attention to them. There's no right way to do it. The goal isn't to get somewhere. It's to be with yourself, fully, in the moment. What all of these techniques have in common is that they help you build a sense of inner calm. And once you've got that, it's like having a quiet place inside you that you can return to anytime, anywhere. Even on a hard day. Especially on a hard day. But before we finish, there's one more practice I want to share with you. It's simple, quiet, and deeply powerful. And that's mindful listening. Now, I don't mean listening to music or watching the news. I mean truly, intentionally listening to the people around you, and also to yourself. Have you ever had a conversation where you felt like the other person was just waiting for their turn to speak? Or maybe someone was talking to you, and your mind was already halfway through your to-do list? We've all been there. Our minds love to multitask, even when it comes to relationships. But when you slow down and really listen, something beautiful happens. You stop reacting. You stop rehearsing what you'll say next. Instead, you start hearing what's underneath the words: emotion, meaning, connection. And that's not just good for relationships, it's healing for your own mind, too. Because mindful listening helps quiet the mental noise and bring you right into the present. You can try this with a loved one, a friend, or even with yourself. The next time you talk to someone, pause. Look them in the eye. Let them finish their thoughts before jumping in. If you feel your mind drifting, gently bring it back. And when you're alone, try listening to your inner voice with that same kindness. Not judging or correcting. Just noticing. Some people even take a few minutes each day to sit quietly and listen to the sounds around them. The hum of the fridge. The rustle of leaves. A distant car passing. It doesn't matter what the sounds are, it's the act of listening that matters. It brings you back to this moment. Right here. Right now. So there you have it. 5 simple mindfulness techniques that can help you find more peace, more clarity, and more joy, no matter your age, your schedule, or your experience level. And none of them require you to change who you are. They just invite you to come home to yourself. To notice the breath, the moment, the body, the movement, the connection. You don't need to do all 5 every day. Even just picking one, taking a deep breath, noticing a flower on your walk, or pausing to really listen, can shift the way your whole day feels. These aren't rules. They're invitations. And you're free to take them at your own pace, in your own way. You've lived through so many seasons of life. You've faced change, loss, love, laughter, and everything in between. And now, you have this chance to give yourself the gift of presence. To not just get through the day, but to truly live it. So, as you go about your day, whether you're folding laundry, reading a book, or just sipping your tea, I hope you'll carry at least one of these practices with you. Not as another task on your list, but as a quiet companion. A gentle reminder that peace isn't out there somewhere. It's already inside you. If any of these ideas spoke to you, I'd love to hear about it. Share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below, I read every single one. And if this video brought you a moment of calm or clarity, go ahead and give it a like. It helps more people find these messages. And if you'd like to see more gentle,